The year is 2023. Manchester City, a name synonymous with the Premier League glory of recent times, has just completed the impossible dream achieved by only one English team before, the infamous treble. With a total of 9 league titles, 7 FA Cup titles and 1 Champions League title, they have now become a juggernaut of the footballing world. But not everything is as good as it seems. On 6th February 2023, the footballing world was shaken to its core with an incredible revelation by the Premier League.
Manchester City have been charged by the Premier League with numerous alleged breaches of financial rules.
In this video, we are going to dive deep into the charges brought against Manchester City by the Premier League, a footballing empire in turmoil with serious accusations of financial wrongdoings. But how did we get here? And what effect will these charges have on the club's future and the sport that we love? This is the Man City charges decoded.
Now, the Premier League's long-awaited hearing into Manchester City's 115 charges for alleged financial rule breaches begins today.
I have confidence in the club 100%. I said before, I said right now.
It has been billed as a sports trial of the century. Football in England is essentially on trial, isn't it?
Alright, before we get to this video, I think this is going to be the first time you'll be seeing content from my end. My name is Neil. I run a channel called Stream Matrix where I do weekly streams of FC25 and Manchester United and Premier League previews and match reactions. This video is going to be on Decoded by Stream Matrix, which is a brand new channel started by me where I'm going to deep dive on football topics. So if you like this kind of a deep dive content, feel free to like, share and subscribe to this particular channel. And if you want to hang out with me on a weekly basis, you're welcome to check out my other channel, Stream Matrix, which is going to be linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and now back to the video. Our story begins back in 2008. Manchester City was on the brink of financial collapse. Enter Sheikh Mansour, a billionaire from Abu Dhabi, and overnight the club was transformed into one of the wealthiest football clubs in the world.
Man City was available for us, and Man City has a special to the Manchester people, the fans, the people in Manchester, people in the UK. They really love the Man City, and they would like to see Man City coming back to the oldest day when they used to get the trophies and the victories. With
newfound financial power, Man City dominated the Premier League for years to come, bringing in star players and winning numerous titles under managers like Roberto Mancini and Pep Guardiola. But behind the scenes, the reality was something different. There were far too many well-kept secrets. Let's now move our attention to 2018. A German publication, Der Spiegel, leaked documents that suggested that Man City had been inflating their sponsorship revenue to circumvent UEFA's financial fair play rules. This revelation was based on emails leaked by a hacker, which led to the Football League's scandal, exposing financial irregularities and other confidential information within various football clubs, including Manchester City.
This batch of internal documents appeared to show how Manchester City's ownership had allegedly gone to extraordinary lengths to circumvent UEFA rules to pump huge amounts of cash into the club, much of it officially off the books so that it appeared to comply with FFP. UEFA did conclude that City had inflated the market rate for its sponsorship deals, but only received a slap on their wrists.
These revelations raised serious questions about the club's financial dealings and sent shockwaves throughout the football world.
I don't think it was a good day for football yesterday, to be honest, just because I think FFP is a good idea. It's there for protecting teams, protecting the competition.
In any case, is a disgraceful decision.
Rival clubs felt City's financial misdeeds gave them an unfair advantage and undermined the competition's integrity. The sense of betrayal intensified the scrutiny and led to the present-day investigations. But this publication was only the beginning of City's troubles. Let's now fast forward to 2020. After working on internal investigations for a couple of years, primarily focused on the Football League scandal, UEFA formally charged Manchester City for breaching their financial fair play rules, including overstating sponsorship revenue and failing to cooperate with the investigations. UEFA imposed a fine on Manchester City along with the 2-year ban from European competitions. These allegations were then moved to the Court of Arbitration of Sport for deliberation.
I think I respect regulatory bodies doing their job. We are dealing with each one of these entities as per the process. If the process is going to be judged on facts, then unquestionably we will prevail.
CAS later overturned the 2-year ban, ruling that many of UEFA's claims were time-barred and the evidence was insufficient. However, they did note that City had failed to cooperate fully with the investigation.
Nobody wants to lose a case. We were not happy with the decision of Court of Arbitration for Sports, but we have to respect the decision of the body that we agreed it's the last instance in our decision-making process.
Now, let's bring the timeline to February 6, 2023, the day the Premier League announced their charges against Manchester City. These charges were related to alleged breaches of financial rules over a 9-year period, starting in 2009 and ending in 2018. This was by far the most comprehensive and damning list of allegations against Manchester City. The Premier League statement read, and I quote, "In accordance with the Premier League Rule W82(1), the Premier League confirms that it has today referred a number of alleged breaches of the Premier League rules by Manchester City Football Club to a commission under Premier League Rule W34. Now, before we dive into these charges, it's important to note that as of recording this video, these charges are only allegations against Manchester City imposed by the Premier League. If found guilty, the repercussions can be very severe for the club, and the case is currently under investigation. It's essential to follow the legal process to reach a definitive conclusion. It's also important to not speculate about these charges, so in this video, we will be breaking down the details only as per the Premier League statement and available resources on the internet. With that being said, let's now look at the list of charges brought against Manchester City by the Premier League. First up, 54 charges relating to the failure to provide accurate financial information. The Premier League requires all the clubs to submit accurate financial statements to ensure fair competition and transparency. Manchester City is accused of failing to provide these accurate financial informations for the seasons from 2009-10 to 2017-18. This includes allegations of inflating the value of sponsorships earned during this period and other financial misreporting. Next up, 14 charges relating to failure to provide accurate details for player and manager payments. These charges involve failing to provide accurate details of payments made to both players and managers over the same 9-year period, 2009-10 to 2017-18. This could include underreporting or misreporting salaries and bonuses, which are crucial for maintaining financial fair play. Up next, 5 charges relating to failure to comply with UEFA's financial fair play regulations. From 2013-14 to 2017-18, Manchester City is charged with failing to comply with UEFA's financial fair play regulations. These rules are designed to prevent clubs from spending more than they earn, ensuring financial sustainability in European football. Next up, 7 charges relating to breaching of Premier League's profit and sustainability rules and regulations. These charges relate to breaches of the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules over a period of 2015-16 to 2017-18. The PSR rules are similar to UEFA's FFP but are specific to the Premier League, aiming to ensure clubs do not overspend relative to their income. And finally, 35 charges relating to failure to cooperate with Premier League's investigations. From December 2018 to February 2023, Manchester City has been accused of failing to provide accurate information and to cooperate with the Premier League's investigations into their financial practices. This includes not providing requested documents or information which is essential for the league to conduct a thorough investigation. It's important to note that Manchester City's defense maintains their stance of no wrongdoing and also argues that the leaked emails were taken out of context and that their finances are transparent. Their past victory in the UEFA case gives them some hope, but proving innocence against 115 charges is another ballgame altogether.
So I think it's fair to say that this is the biggest trial of its kind that we've ever seen in English football, and this Premier League investigation has been going on now for almost 6 years.
Experts' opinions remain undivided, yet the recent ruling against the APT rules could tip the scales in City's favour. What was the recent APT ruling? I'm glad you asked.
And so now we've got these associated party transaction rules. If you are a club and you want to do a commercial or a sponsorship deal with a company that is connected to the owners of your club, this deal has to be at fair market value.
Coming into 2024, Man City grasped a brief victory in the APT rules case against the Premier League. Associated party transactions or APT rules govern deals between clubs and companies linked to the owners of the clubs. In February 2024, the stricter criteria were introduced by the Premier League to ensure these deals reflected fair market value. Man City challenged these amendments, arguing they unfairly targeted their sponsorship deals with companies like Etihad Airways. The tribunal's ruling in favor of City, finding some APT rules as unlawful, may weaken the Premier League's final case against Man City in their 115 charges. The Premier League's case against Man City, which commenced in February 2023, is now fully underway. The hearing began in September of 2024 and is expected to last for at least 10 weeks with a final verdict anticipated in early 2025. Meanwhile, City's recent legal victory against the APT rules has added a new twist to the entire saga. If found guilty, Man City faces severe consequences like points deduction, hefty fines, or even expulsion from the Premier League. Such outcomes would not only tarnish their reputation, but also impact their finances and ability to attract top talent to their club again. Imagine your favorite team being relegated or stripped of titles. I mean, this is a nightmare for all Manchester City fans. But the implications extend beyond Manchester City. The Premier League's credibility is at stake too. A loss in this case could undermine the enforcement of the Premier League's PSR rules, giving unchecked financial powerhouses more leeway. Other clubs might demand stricter regulations, and fans, well, could lose faith in the competition's fairness. As we await the final verdict, one thing is for clear: football is at a crossroads. The outcome of this case will shape the future of this game. For better or for worse, it's yet to be seen. Will Manchester City emerge unscathed, or will this mark the beginning of a new era of accountability in football?
Breaking news, it is going to be significant news, because I can tell you the Premier League versus Manchester City's financial charges hearing has now finished. Now, a decision is expected in the spring, we think around March.
Well, the decision now lies with the lawmakers. But what do you think as fans? Should the accusations against Manchester City prevail? And if found guilty, what should the repercussions be? Do you think that the Premier League has more teeth and legal grounds than the UEFA case? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Looking forward to hear from you. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video informative, then feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this particular channel for more deep dive into football's biggest stories. Let's keep the conversations going in the chat below, and I will see you in the next video of Decoded by Streamit.